Hey guys, what's going on?
Welcome
Hey.
to the first podcast called DacK ConFiT.
And today we are talking about a bunch of stuff. Let's go into some introductions though, right before we do this one. My name is Vel. I'm one of the podcasters. I love Ultimate. It's one of my gigs. I also like comedy. Comedy's great. And I decided to try and start a podcast with some good friends of mine. And we're going to do anything and everything and pass it on.
Cool. My name is Alvin. I like skydiving. And Ultimate, because I've been dragged into it for the first time this year. But yeah, this is my first time doing a podcast, but I too enjoy comedy podcasts. So we'll see how this goes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well I guess that leaves me. My name is Becky because I've got great hair.
Great, Becky. That's awesome.
Great, amazing hair. I've got too much of it actually. I really enjoy food. I'm a bit of a health freak, but I will make the occasional sacrifice for good food. I really enjoy being active. I like Ultimate as well, and I'm a bit of a classical music person as I am classically trained. So I'm probably the only one here who doesn't really listen to comedy podcasts. I listen to a lot of like health podcasts and all the boring stuff.
Blech.
Like TED Talks. Oh God, who listens to TED Talks nowadays?
Oh, I love TED Talks.
So I will put
Comedy
in
TED Talks.
I will put in the occasional comment here and there, maybe some sarcasm. But I'm basically here just because I'm Becky with the good hair.
Thanks, Becky. It's awesome. Hey, so here's the food list for today, guys. Just thought we'd make you hungry before we start here. So we had a fucking charcuterie board. I brought a salad which we didn't touch.
I brought a salad as well that I was so proud of. I showed my whole family. I'm like, I'm queen of salads, and now it's just sitting there being so sad. It's got pea shoots. It's got baby kale. It's got arugula and like a balsamic Balkan yogurt vinaigrette. It's really good, but apparently we're not touching that today.
Didn't you make a salad with parsley?
Yikes.
Ooh.
You know, mistakes.
There you go.
Yeah, tell us about that salad.
You know, okay.
How good was it?
It was like eating fibrous soap.
That sounds pretty good.
It was literally like eating fibrous soap. Parsley, although a herb, and as much as I'm a huge advocate for fresh herbs in salads, which you should definitely do. Parsley is not a herb. It is used solely for the type of garnish that you pick off before you eat the actual dish.
Okay, but how did you put it in? Did you chop it up into fine pieces
Of
and
course
throw
I
it in?
chopped into fine
You didn't just
pieces.
eat leaves of parsley, did you?
I am not
You animal.
uncivilized. I have standards for cooking.
Fair enough. Okay.
So we also you also brought we had some honeycomb with our charcuterie board.
Oh yeah, I picked up
Some
some
delicious
honeycomb
honeycomb.
from a local beekeeping company, Main Street Honey Shop. It's my baby and my go-to.
Show for the wax.
Yeah, don't choke on the wax.
Don't choke on the wax.
Don't breathe.
Yeah, so you guys should definitely try some honeycomb on your charcuterie board. Sometimes you can choose between a clover and alfalfa snowflower honey base, which is a little milder. It's got a really nice sweetness, but it's a little on the warm side. Or sometimes if you come across a more golden, darker amber honeycomb, then that's most likely going to be a really nice wildflower. The darker the honey, the more floral, the more flavorful it tends to be. And the darker honeys usually crystallize a little bit slower, so if that's something that you really vibe with and you don't want something super solid, then look for a slightly darker honey.
And what place is this from?
The Main Street Honey Shop.
Main Street Honey Shop. If you're listening to this, please sponsor us.
It's, Main Street.
Yeah, Main Street represent.
The owner's gonna hear this and he's just gonna know. He's gonna know who this is.
That's awesome. Okay, great. Well, there we go. We have our first sponsor lined up. Really good.
So, Alvin, can you tell me about what you put in the charcuterie board today?
Yeah, I put a combination of pre-made charcuterie board items, and then called it my own.
Perfect.
You didn't cure your own meats?
I definitely did not.
Ground your own pork?
No.
Come on.
The most I did was ask someone at the grocery store, "Do you have charcuterie board pre-made?" And they said, "Yeah, we do." And I said, "Great, I'll have one." And they said, "Sorry, that has to be 24 hours notice." So I went on.
You put in the effort.
Well, I did, but then I went on Google and I Googled what kind of things I need to make a proper charcuterie board, and that's what I could musk up in the short period that I had. So, I mean, you guys liked it. I loved it.
It's great.
It was good.
I'd do it again.
The cheese slices were a little dry on the edges, but, you know, the honeycomb definitely helped to...
I mean, what's wrong with Kraft singles? I think it makes up a really good charcuterie board.
You know,
Yeah.
Kraft singles, it helps with the texture.
Next time, Cheese Whiz.
Cheese Whiz will
Cheese Whiz,
provide
yes.
the moisture you need.
Yeah. Like microwaved Cheese Whiz.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Or nacho cheese.
Or
nacho cheese
you can
drizzled
have-
all over your charcuterie board.
You can have the Cheese Whiz in a bowl, microwave it so it's like a queso dip,
Oh.
but like Americanized queso dip.
And then why not add some jalapenos and then some nacho chips,
Wow.
some tortillas,
Yeah,
Yeah.
You gotta garnish it with parsley on top, though.
and then some baked beans,
Maybe a hot dog?
maybe a hot dog. Yes.
Popcorn?
I think we're onto something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds like we're going to the movies.
Yeah. Yeah. It sure does.
We'll be
This is when I disappear out of the conversation.
Oh, and Coke. Guys,
You gotta have a
anybody
Coke.
likes Coke?
You gotta have Coca-Cola.
You're gonna be on my
Diet
favorite
Coke is
list.
what he's referring to.
Fucking Diet Coke.
Diet Coke, specifically Diet Coke. You know, we're all trying to watch our sugar here, so
Yeah, totally.
Diet Coke. Yeah.
That's why I drink a whole 2 liter.
So, anyways, let's move on. Let's talk about it's actually Friday. It's
The 20 after the 30th.
It's Friday the 30th.
Yeah.
So tomorrow's Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween for those listening the day after. And we thought we'd start off our first podcast talking about paranormal activities, ghosts in particular. I haven't experienced any of these activities, but what about you guys?
Well, I can start off with a cool little story here. So when I was a little kid, I might have told you guys this story before.
No, I haven't.
Okay, so maybe not you. Maybe you, I don't know. But anyways, you're like, what, 8? No, I was like 6 or 7 years old. And we just immigrated to Canada. And this is like one of the first few times, I had a pretty good memory about this, this one incident. So we were living in a basement in like the mid-90s. So basements
Always a
are
great
dark.
start. It
Living
always
in the
starts with
basement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
always these basements have like weird shit happening in
Yeah.
them. So anyways, I had my Super Nintendo at the time. I had my movies in my room, all that stuff. So it was like a weekend, like a Saturday. Chilling out, playing your video games, watching your whatever movies, and then you get sleepy, go to bed. No worries, you're a kid, right? And I don't think I was watching anything like, horror or like scary or anything like that to kind of trick me into imagining these things, but obviously your mind plays tricks on you, maybe. So anyways, I'm sleeping, and in the middle of the night, I don't know what time it is. I know I slept at around, it's weird, I can really remember this moment pretty vaguely, but like I slept at like maybe 8 o'clock. It's pretty early, right?
You slept at 8?
He was
6 or
7.
Oh, he was 7. Okay,
so
yeah.
around,
Dude!
around
Yeah.
that time, right?
Okay, continue.
And I'm in my bed, and I have like a normal bed, I guess. It's cheap, right? Sure. And you're sleeping in bed, and it's a single, so it's like not very big, if you can imagine. And you're sleeping there, this little kid, little me. And next thing you know, I feel a poking underneath the bed. The
Oh,
mattress.
God.
Like something's kind of poking me. It poked me like 1 or 2 times.
Okay.
And next thing you know, I woke up and I'm like, oh, what's that? So I got up. No, I didn't get up actually. I kind of, put my torso up and looked at the bottom, at my bed, and I'm like, that? And there's literally a finger coming up out of the bed, and it went slowly back down, and it was like kind of still slightly there. And so what I did was, being terrified and all, I'm sleeping there, kind of like not getting touched by it, and then I hugged my wall and slept like that the whole night because I was terrified.
Wait, so you hugged your wall to
I
get
was, like,
away from the finger
Yeah, and it was
that
just
was
in the middle of
poking
the
middle of your bed.
Yeah, and I was just like sleeping and like cuddling the wall.
That's actually really
So-
disturbing.
So why wouldn't you have just gotten up and
I ain't fucking going up. Holy shit,
One
man.
singular finger
Every
in the middle
time.
of the bed.
But you could still see like a shape of a hand.
Ew.
So, like, it's weird because every time I say this story, I always get chills.
Yeah, you're giving me
that's-
chills right now.
That's how like vague, I guess. Vague it is to me.
Right.
I can still memorize it till this day.
Okay, and the next day, did you wake up and try to figure out what it was?
No.
You
no,
just
it's
and did
kinda-
you sleep
well,
there the next night or?
I still thought about it.
Yeah.
Right, but like after a few days, it's like whatever. I'm a kid.
You didn't mind the finger. You just got along with the finger.
I just didn't really question it.
You didn't question it. Did it come back?
No, but a few, like one or two other things happened in that house. So
See, I would have thought experience something like that would have been, when an old mattress, the spring can pierce through the kind of the top of the mattress.
Right.
And I thought, oh, it's the spring that's pierced through the top, and that's what's poking me.
yeah.
I mean,
why is it doing this?
Yeah, why is it going
Then
up
going
and
back
down? That sounds a little creepy.
And then going back up a little bit.
That
and going back
that's
down.
not just creepy. That's just disturbing.
Disturbing.
Weird.
That's disturbing.
Disturbing on so many levels.
Yeah.
It's just weird. I don't know.
Wow.
My dad was playing a prank on me. Screw that guy.
Turns out it was your dad the entire time. You'll find out in a few years. Don't worry. What about you?
I've been lucky enough because I'm a huge wussy when it comes
Okay.
to like paranormal activity. I was explaining this to Vel earlier before I got here that I watched like 10 minutes of the Grudge, like the American one.
Oh,
the one
yeah,
that's
yeah.
not even supposed to be that scary.
It's a classic though.
And
Comedy.
I
it's more
saw
comedy.
I saw the scene in the elevator where she's going up each level,
Okay.
and behind her you can see the little boy appear on every single level with her.
Oh yes. Yeah.
I had
That's a good
nightmares
scene.
for I had
That's a good
nightmares for a
scene.
month.
Did you like elevators?
Yeah, I was
after
gonna
that?
say, what do you feel
No,
about elevators now?
I stopped looking outside of elevators
Oh.
for like
Oh my
for
gosh.
a really long time. But like people can tell me like a scary story and I won't be able to sleep that night. Like I literally stayed up all night like sweating in bed because I can hear the voice of like the story my cousin told me, like, oh, this person had a doll in their basement and every night he can hear the doll saying to them, I'm on the first step, I'm gonna get you.
Jeez.
And the second night, he'd hear the doll saying, I'm on the second step, I'm gonna get you. And then by the time it got like 10th step, they found the little boy like dead in his bed.
Ooh.
And so
Wow.
I had nightmares of that
Yeah.
for the longest time. And I wouldn't sleep because we were at my uncle's place and they had dolls in the basement.
Oh.
Oh wow.
And I'm terrified of dolls. Like I hate dolls.
Yeah.
This is in Taiwan.
You and I both, actually.
No, this is in the States.
Oh, in the States.
Oh, in the States.
Yeah.
Very
He
tough.
thought it was hilarious that I couldn't sleep that night.
Yeah.
But no, I
Friends
was.
with the ghost.
What was I doing? I was at school. I was practicing super late. It's super common for music kids to stay past like 11 p.m. But usually after about 11, the lights get turned off.
Uh-huh.
And then I was with a friend, a trumpet player, and he's a good friend of mine. And he was like, hey, if you're still here, I can walk you to the bus stop because, it's not safe right now. And I'm like, yeah, sure, cool. And I get out of the practice room, and the lights are all off. And I'm like, okay. And I like turn on my phone flashlight, and I'm just walking through, and it's all quiet. There's like nobody else practicing. And it's bad as it is already because it's a really long hallway. And then all of a sudden, the lights start flashing. And I just fucking book it. Like, I book it out of there.
Like they start flickering?
Yeah, like flickering.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
They just start flickering like crazy.
Do you wonder maybe if it was your friend that was playing with the lights?
No, because there's no light switch. It's literally
Oh.
automatic.
Oh, it's one of those automatic
Yeah.
switches,
Oh.
like the sensor switches.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I just fucking book it out. I've been like, it's probably honestly all the forgotten dreams and hopes and souls of every music student who's given up on becoming successful. Like
Yeah.
everyone, they're just like, you think that's an oboist warming up? Nah.
No.
Nah.
I mean,
Those
was
are
it
screams.
flashing to like a rhythm?
No, it was like flickering. It's
Okay.
like flicker, stop, flicker.
Maybe
Flicker,
it was
flicker,
Morse
flicker.
code.
And
Morse
I
code.
I refuse to look at the end of the hallway. I refuse to look behind me. I just
Yeah.
covered my eyes and I just grabbed my shit and I just sprinted down the door. And my friend was like, yo, what's happening? I'm like, the lights. The lights are chasing me. And he's like, oh shit. And we just booked it out of there.
Wow.
Yikes.
But I don't think it's anything. It's probably just the whole music building is just it's just fucked. Like it's
Yeah.
It's an old building, right?
it's super old. It's like the one
Oh.
building in UBC that hasn't been renovated.
That's the one we went to. Well, I mean, it's.
You
near
came
the
to my
one-
recital.
It's near there, right? Or that is the one.
The one by Nitobe?
Yeah.
With
one-
the
one
weird,
we
like,
went to
tuning
for your
fork?
recital.
Yeah, the one in my recital.
That is
That's
the
the
one.
music building.
Oh, okay. 'Cause
Yeah.
I remember there was like a staircase, and I had to find a washroom.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, that
That was
staircase is
already-
not the worst.
Yeah, but that's already like.
The third floor and the
UB
fourth floor,
vibes.
it's like narrow hallways.
Yeah.
All the
Oh,
faces of the grads
Are-
who've never made it
Yeah.
as a professional
All
musician.
dead.
Yeah,
Just-
they all
They're all
perish.
staring at
Careers
you when
dead.
you walk down the hallway, just
Yeah.
shaking your head. You know, as a musician, that's the scariest thing that can happen. Okay, like ghosts, whatever.
Yeah.
But like the look of a teacher looking at you and saying, "I'm disappointed. You didn't practice this week." That's like the worst thing you can ever.
It's like Asian parents.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
pretty much.
you practice like 100 hours a week, and they look at you. They're like, "You didn't practice, did you?" You're like,
Oof.
that's more terrifying than any like
Yeah.
fucking bodiless hand coming out of the mattress.
Even when you did spend your entire day practicing,
Yeah.
but it doesn't sound like you practiced.
Exactly.
at least with
that's
the hand,
disappointing.
it wants to be with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a musician, if nobody wants to be around you,
There's only very few horror movies that deal with psychological musical students, and I've seen. Okay, I don't know the name of it anymore, but there was one, and they were focusing on like hands.
Mm-hmm.
So how your hands are so valued in as becoming like a musician, and I think it was like a violinist, but there was like this whole like psychological horror, and he always had a fear of losing his hands. So what happened in the movie was the horror was somebody stole his hands, like cut them off, and he didn't have hands anymore.
It sounds like idle hands.
Maybe it was. I don't know. It was an older one.
Okay.
How old is Idle Hands?
I have no idea. I think that's the movie with Jessica Alba.
Yeah, but it's more like a raunchy teen horror movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, maybe not.
But
Jessica Alba sounds as familiar as the 1940s.
Oh no, she got really popular from what's that show? Dark Angel.
Dark Angel, yeah.
Dark Angel, which was filmed here,
Yeah. Yeah.
actually.
They took that shot on top of the
Harbor
stadium.
Center.
No,
I am the stadium.
But she's always on a freaking roof.
On the roof. Yeah.
Looking cool. So.
Yeah.
Oh, and back to the like horrifying for art students and like music students. It's funny because they do make video. What do you call it? They've made dance horror movies. You guys seen Black Swan?
Oh
This is
yes.
a dancer.
Great movie, by the way.
And
Yeah.
like obviously to do with psychological shit.
Mm-hmm,
I don't know if it's actually supernatural, but that scene. You guys have seen it
Yeah. Have you seen it?
Long time ago.
Yeah.
when she's
That's
she takes
Natalie
the-
Portman,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Remember the
Yeah.
stabbing the face? What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah. That was messed up.
Holy shit!
That's messed
I'm
up.
like, whoa.
Yeah.
What
Crazy
just
messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember walking into that movie. I saw it in the theaters. I remember walking into the movie thinking, "Oh, this is gonna be just a whatever kind of movie."
Yeah.
Not thinking there was any sort of horrific part to it whatsoever. And to my surprise,
Yeah.
it was quite the horrific movie. And I think it was because I didn't have that expectation. I think that's
Yeah.
what caused it. When you walk into a movie, one that's scary, one that could be gory, for example, you know what to expect. But in a movie like that, especially having no prior knowledge
Yeah.
of what it was about,
The marketing wasn't as huge. Like it was done. I thought it was executed pretty well.
I thought it was done really well, in that they didn't give out too much, right? It could have been something that was not horrific whatsoever, and well, that wasn't the case.
Yeah, and it's funny the scene about with the stabbing in the face. That wasn't even the worst part. Like
No.
it was, the other parts were probably more or just as like messed up.
Yeah, absolutely. But a good movie nonetheless.
Yeah,
It's very good.
comedy.
Yeah, for sure. Now, I don't have any ghost stories.
What about your relatives?
I'm sure they have. Although they don't come to mind at the moment. I'm sure I'll think of one later.
Yeah, I just
But-
want to let you guys know.
Yeah.
My dad and his family have a history of the third eye. So
Yeah.
if for everybody listening, the third eye is kind of like having the vision of spirits. So I believe I've had it when I was a kid. My dad has had it for sure. Yeah, he's had some experiences. I can share that later, but yeah. Anyways, just wanted to add that. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I've this time of the year, everything tries to become scary.
Yeah.
With Halloween coming up, and it's a fun time of the season. There's a lot of activities outside. I mean, I always remember, and unfortunately with COVID happening around, I remember this time of the year, my friends and I would go to Fright Nights. Have you guys been?
I used to go every year.
Yeah, and
And
what do you
got
think
to-
of it?
It got to the point. Okay, well, the first time I went, it was with a couple of friends, and it was pretty fun. It was good company. And then the second time I went with another friend, and it was fine. The third time I went, I was unfortunately ninth wheeling.
Oh my
Ninth
goodness.
So one of the couples, they were just two straight dudes just partner with each other for all the rides. So literally
Were they
they
flogging?
wouldn't even partner with me.
Were they flogging each other, or you mean just like hanging out?
They were literally just hanging out. They just
Oh, I thought
decided
they
to
were
hang
like
out
a
together
date.
and sit
Oh,
with
yeah, I
each
thought
other
they
on the
were, like-
rides.
Yeah.
No.
They're not
Penises
together.
intertwined.
So
Yeah.
I was literally trailing behind everyone, and I was rolling my eyes so hard the entire time that I wasn't even scared of anything anymore.
Just
Yeah.
Like people, like clowns are running up with like chainsaws roaring, and I give them the look, and I'm just like, dude, I'm ninth wheeling. There's nothing scarier than this right now.
Yeah. I'm scared of my situation.
I am scared
More
for
than-
myself.
Yeah.
Forever ninth wheeling.
I'm
than
scared of
anything
my
else.
social situation.
Like
than
if you look into my far future, that is scarier than any of you right now. It's just forever third wheel, fifth wheel, 13th wheel. I don't fucking know. But yeah, no, it's fun like the first time, like when you don't know what to expect.
when you're not ninth wheeling.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Anything is fun when you're not ninth wheeling.
That's probably true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go there?
I tried it, and
Did you like it?
it's all right. I'm not a big fan of like rides,
Okay.
but the only reason why I will not go there again. Well, I will still go there, but I will not go on one ride.
Which one's that?
The elevator. I will never.
You'll
ever
never go on the
on that ride
elevator.
ever again.
Why
Why?
won't you go on the
Because I
elevator?
had an injury from that fucking ride.
You got an injury from a ride.
Yeah. So,
Wait, can't you sue or I mean,
well, it wasn't like.
was it a bad injury? Like what
Yeah, I
happened
could
exactly?
work for like 3 days or a week.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I had trauma to the testicles.
You did tell me the story actually.
No.
It's
Yeah.
actually like the most bullshit. Like, I don't know. I mean, like, okay, they designed it to a point where it's like you sit on the fucking seat. So for those of
Yeah.
you that are listening that have never been on a elevator style roller coaster, if you have big balls, be careful. Like, actually, be careful. But anyways, so what happened was you sit on the seat, and there's like a piece in the middle that literally, like, if the seat is not big enough, your junk will move up. And because the
Yeah.
elevator goes up and fucking down, what do you think's gonna happen? Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna get like squished or like, like that noise.
It's gonna get. Yeah.
But you don't feel it because your adrenaline is.
Well, no,
going
you
nuts.
feel it later.
And then
Yeah.
a few days later,
Few
well,
days.
I'm working and I'm like, oh man, that doesn't feel good, and I'm having like stomach ache, not like a stomach ache like to the washroom, but bad abdominal pain. And next thing you know, I'm like, oh, it's the size of a fucking grapefruit.
Oh no!
It's swollen. So
No.
so anyways,
Oh.
that took some time to recover. I even had, I checked all the health things, like
Yeah.
STI, whatever. Nothing. It's just literally like some kind of trauma from something.
That is so that's why you won't go back to
That's another scary story, by the way. 'Cause
Yeah.
when you see shit like that and you're walking around and then you can't walk properly.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on?
A health scare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely a health scare.
No, that's definitely scarier, I'd say.
Like
Yeah.
I can't go on the wooden roller coaster because
Yeah.
again, every time I go, I'm always third wheeling or ninth wheeling, so I have to sit by myself. And I'm a very small person, right? And the bar that comes down,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it
Sorry.
doesn't. It's so old that they just assume everyone is big
Or will fit.
or will fit.
It's a one size fit all bar.
I can have
supposedly.
another meet, like Alvin. I can have you sitting on top of me, and then maybe we can be like one person.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like,
And there'd
it's-
still be a bit of wiggle room.
oh yeah, yeah. So it's not just like I have to hold on because I'm gonna fly out of my seat, because it's happened before.
Yeah.
Like literally, the only thing holding me down is my two pathetic hands grabbing this bar.
Right.
Also, when it makes its sharp turns, I'm like
Yeah.
football
It-
player, like thrown.
It hurts
to
your
the
ribs.
side.
For me, it
Not
hurts
even
my
my ribs.
ribs.
It hurts my
Might
hips.
hit your-
Oh, yeah, and
I
yeah,
didn't even.
guess.
I have the body shape of a cereal box.
You go with
I
it.
didn't even know I have hips until I'm thrown to the side of the seat car, and I'm like going home, and I'm like bruising and shit.
Your legs are like fucked.
Everything is
Yeah.
fucked. It's like you put me in a box and you just shake me as hard as you can.
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake. And I'm like a chicken wing in a massive bag of shake and bake.
A metal box.
A metal box of shake and bake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's just not. I'm so preoccupied with pain that I don't even enjoy the ride
Exactly,
anymore.
yeah,
I don't even
exactly.
experience it. It's like, oh, I'm in the middle of a drop. Sorry, I'm having my groin thrown into this bar.
I'm bracing myself every time.
Every time it like dips back up, my bony ass is like thrown back into the seat, and you just hear like rattling.
That sounds so. This is a public service announcement that rides are one scary and painfully dangerous. I think that's what we can take from there. On the wooden roller coaster
Yeah, that one.
or on any rides. Yeah, I've been. I don't enjoy rides. I've always been terrified of rides, even growing up. And actually, this is the perfect opportunity to tell you that the wooden roller coaster was in Final Destination. I don't know if you remember that scene. It's the
pretty
scene.
brutal.
Yeah, it's the scene where they died. It broke off, right?
Yeah, just like in that game, Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Oh yeah, especially when we hack the game and make him go flying. Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that was in the
Final Destination.
The first
that's
one.
right. The first one.
Oh, okay.
I think it was the first one. Yeah. Yeah, that was an interesting movie.
Butterfly Effect. Remember that one?
You know, the thing with movies, they don't help when it comes to getting over your fear.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like
Makes it worse sometimes.
I remember when I was going on a kind of a backpacking trip through Europe, and I had watched the movie Hostel. Knowingly, I was gonna stay in hostels as soon as I arrived.
Yeah.
That that was terrifying. I don't think I'd watch a movie like that.
What about Geely?
No, I don't think I've seen
Ben
it.
Affleck, Jennifer Lopez.
What movie?
Don't know that movie.
Geely? No.
No.
Wait, is it even called that? Hold up, guys. Hold up. Hold the show.
I don't think I know that movie.
There were a couple of times in Final I forgot which one it was. There's the one with the acupuncture, and I get acupuncture all the time.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
another fear of mine actually.
I get acupuncture.
Well, needles in general, I
I've
guess.
never actually tried it.
It's good. It's
I hear
really
it's
great
really
for
good for
like
you.
really deep, like muscle relaxation.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But that scene, like I've always been terrified of falling off. And then the one where the guy was at the gym and doing like flies
Yeah.
on the machine,
This one?
and then the cable snaps.
Yeah.
And it just blows his head up. So every time I do that at the gym, I'm like, oh my
Wait,
god.
what? Which machine is this?
It was a thing where it's like chest flies.
Okay.
Where you
It's
do
a
this.
cable
How
machine.
does it
Yeah,
crush his head?
but he's going outwards. His arms are going outwards.
Also, okay. How does it crush his head? Oh, you mean
It
like,
snaps
snaps
and it
his
just
arms
goes.
off?
No, something happens and it just like yeah.
That's a weird.
Yeah.
That's not very safe.
Yeah, it's
Might want to return that machine.
Yeah. Might want to get a refund.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's supposed to happen.
No, well, that's why it's in Final Destination. It's not supposed to happen.
Yeah. Any good songs this time of the year? I always, you know, like at Christmas there's the typical Mariah Carey song, All I Want for You. All I Want for Christmas. And this time around, is it what, Thriller?
Thriller is it's a common one, right?
It's a common
Like
one. MJ.
Michael Jackson.
What else is a good one?
I heard what's that song called? Linkin Park.
Linkin Park.
Crawling.
I don't think that's a Halloween song.
Not really, but
No.
it gives those vibes off. Right?
Yeah, I
Crawling
guess.
in my skin.
Yeah, I guess. One of
What about
my
that song Zombie?
Which one?
Zombie? Rob Zombie? No.
No.
Zombie.
What's it called?
God, I don't remember how it goes. Zombie.
Oh, yes, I know what you're talking about. It's the older song, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the old school one.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it
Great
like-
song.
Really repetitive one.
Oh, very
Really good, though.
mantra. Very
Yeah,
intense.
I guess that could be like a
That could be
Halloween
creepy
song.
in that sense. That it's
Yeah.
that's all you're hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that how it goes?
That's the only part I remember.
Or like I always feel like somebody's watching me.
Oh.
I always feel
Feel
like
like- yeah.
somebody's watching me.
Yeah, that song. I
I
actually really like that song.
It's not a bad song.
It's not necessarily Halloween, I don't think.
Or there's another good Halloween one. David Bowie.
Which one?
Dun, 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 dun.
Nope.
The one where he's always watching you.
What?
Literally the one
Wait,
we
didn't we
just
just talk
sang.
about?
No, a different one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
There's a song that I used to listen to a while ago. It's really dumb.
Okay.
It's you know the whole thing about ghost riding your car.
Oh yeah.
You know ghost riding. Ghost riding is when you put your car in drive and then you go out and you start dancing or you walking while the car is
Right beside your
coasting.
car, yeah,
Yeah, right beside your car. And then there's this song that came out called "Ghost Ride the Whip."
The-
Yeah, I believe it's by Mista Fab, and it had amazing lyrics. And I remember the lyrics distinctly, and it went, "Ghost ride, get out the way, let Casper drive.
Oh.
Ghost ride, go crazy. Who's that driving? Patrick Swayze."
Oh,
Isn't that amazing? Isn't that
That's
amazing?
lyricism right there.
Yeah, amazing lyrics right there.
That's
One of my favorite Halloween songs, even though it has nothing to do with Halloween, just has the word ghost in it. But that's the topic of our podcast.
That's pretty good. That's
Oh, we missed
Spookies.
the iconic Monster by Kanye West, where like
Oh.
Nicki Minaj became really big.
Yes.
Oh, her lyrics.
Nicki.
When she, especially like the music video when she's like rapping to herself, and there's like the devil Nicki and then like the Barbie Nicki.
Mm-hmm.
God, what are the lyrics? It was amazing. It was
Definitely
sick.
like horrific.
And the one that where like Adele like covered it in
Oh.
Carpool Karaoke.
Now, talking about Nicki Minaj, man.
My girl.
What happened to her body?
What?
She has dysphoria, doesn't she? It seems like she does.
Wait, what?
Just the way she's, plastically surgically changed her body.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Nicki Minaj, yeah.
Yeah, like the implants and all that stuff.
It doesn't seem natural, but
Yeah.
I mean, people are into it.
Yeah, it happens to a lot of more famous people too.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I mean, that's also just like societal standards in media.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Warm-
You know,
For sure.
it's like if you don't have it, then it's just kind of like meh. But then I was like, oh, but if you have it, this is like a whole topic I can go off of, like body image and societal expectations
It's
and
huge.
standards, stuff like
It's
that.
huge.
But then it's just like, oh, if you have it, it's just like, oh, like Kim K and her dream body. Oh, this person her dream body. But at the same time, it's just like, oh, she got butt implants. Oh, she got like more done. It's just like, what do you want?
Yeah.
You know,
like how
like
when
make up your mind. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Like if you like it, just say you like it. But don't also like shame her for getting more work done.
right.
You know how impossible, like it's not impossible, you know how difficult it is for someone to get a body figure like that without having to get something else that people will shame you for. Oh, you get an ass, but you have thunder thighs? Oh, you can't have that. You gotta have an ass, but no thighs. And then it's just like, well, how the hell do you get that without getting a butt implant? You know, like, you look at fucking Serena Williams. She's curvaceous AF, but then people call her masculine.
Right.
You know, so it's like, what do you want? You gotta make up your mind. You can't have an ass like that that's natural and not have, you know, other muscular attributes or whatever to go with it. If you're curvaceous, then you're fat.
Well, it's like, you know, at some point, not everyone can look like Elastigirl.
Not everybody's.
Is Elastigirl your dream figure?
No, but I just figured that's that's what people are.
Is that your standard?
I don't think It's
Kinky.
definitely not my standard. Definitely not my standard.
Well, you know, it's also like logic. Logic is not a thing to majority of people. Yeah. It's like they say one thing but do the other thing. Oh, you know, like that kind of stuff. Like she was saying about how people say all these things about one person. Mm-hmm. Okay, you could say all that shit, whatever. But at the end of the day, the person also has a choice. So I mean, that's the beauty of it. If you know they were wise enough, but. You know, people fall into those traps, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All the time, right? You hear something, it's like, oh fuck, well, these people hate me. How would you actually feel, right? Like some people cave in.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's tough, right?
Yeah.
Even if you are a celebrity, like, it's still tough, you know. And I think people get that. Some people don't, obviously, because they're the ones saying the shit.
Yeah.
So it's like they just feed you this fire, right, all the time. But
so.
Stuff, man.
This time of did you find those lyrics?
These lyrics are straight up Halloween.
That is a lot of lyrics.
That's a lot of fucking lyrics.
That looks like a book.
Like Jay-Z has Sasquatch, Godzilla, King Kong, Loch Ness, Goblin, Ghoul, Zombie with no conscience. Question: what do these things all have in common? Everybody knows I'm a motherfucking monster. And then Nicki comes in, obviously. Pull up in the monster automobile gangster with a bad bitch that came from Sri Lanka. Yeah, I'm in that Tonka color of Willy Wonka. You could be the king, but watch the queen conquer. First things first, I'll eat your brains. Then I'ma start rocking gold teeth and fangs. Cause that's what a motherfucking monster do. Hairdresser from Milan, that's the monster do. And I don't know how to wrap the rest.
If we get a copyright infringement, we're gonna have to cut that one out. Let me just censor that whole bit there.
Forget Barbie, fuck Nicki, she's fake. This is my favorite lyric. She on a diet, but my pocket's eating cheesecake. And I'll say, bride of Chucky, it's child's play. Just killed another career, it's a mild day. It's like pink wig, thick ass, giving whiplash. I think big, get cash, make 'em blink fast. Now look at what you saw. This is what you live for. I'm a motherfucking monster. Like, how is that not straight up like Halloween vibing?
That. Well, what about Disturbia, Rihanna?
Oh, that's a creepy song.
That's
like,
not. I
mean,
Rihanna's
it's not that.
Like weird.
The words.
Yeah, sure.
But it's not that.
Like, it's from the movie. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
If I hear that.
Yeah.
Because I did watch the movie, and that's I'd never want that to happen to anybody.
I mean, is Disturbia a Halloween song? People also ask.
Sometimes.
Rihanna liked the way the song spoke about anxiety and confusion. So that's basically what Disturbia is about.
Right. Right, for sure.
And now, again, what are the top 10 Halloween songs?
Oh, hey, let's look at this.
We've got
Thriller.
Monster Mash.
Oh, yeah.
Classic.
Monster Mash, yeah.
Highway to Hell.
Don't Fear the Reaper. Yeah,
Akadaka.
Akadaka.
Akadaka. AC/DC.
Akadaka.
Oh, AC/DC.
That's what the Aussies say.
That's what the Aussies say.
Akadaka.
That's what the Aussies say.
That's what the
Akadaka.
Aussies say.
Osborne. Oh, Feed My Frankenstein.
Have
you heard that one? That's a
no.
good one.
Oh.
Alice Cooper.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Top 20.
You know, this time of the year, there's also a lot of games that have come out. Halloween or scary games.
Yes.
Val, have you seen any games or played any games recently?
Yeah, actually, now that you ask. Hey, weren't we playing that game the other day called Phasmophobia?
Phasmophobia, yes, that's right. Yeah, that just came out recently. I remember I think it's still in beta right now, is it not? I mean, it's somewhat in testing.
Early access.
Early access, that's what I meant.
Yeah, I mean beta.
Yeah, that's a terrifying
Yeah, we
game.
gotta make Becky play it
Yeah.
later.
Can we not?
Actually, I think that'd be a great idea
I-
for later tonight.
I have no balls.
We'll be
when it
right
comes to these
beside
things.
you
Yeah.
with balls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't worry about it. We got
Don't
you
worry
covered.
about it.
Wait,
Yeah.
what is this game?
Okay, wait, we should
Okay.
just okay, so the premise of the game is it's a 4-person co-op game. So you're playing with 3 other people online.
You won't be alone.
You're not alone. And you
That's
get to
great.
communicate with them,
Yeah.
both when you're nearby as well as over like a walkie-talkie into
Yeah,
a radio.
walkie-talkie style.
And you're ghost hunters, and you've been hired to go and determine the kind of ghost inside of what is it, like a school,
whatever
a
hunting
house, a
haunted
cabin,
place.
whatever it might be. And you have all of these materials from salt, a crucifix, Ouija board.
This is a
It's like Ghost Hunter.
It's like a ghost hunting
Imagine
game.
oh
Ghost
CPU
Hunters.
thing.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's a computer game.
It's a computer game. Yeah, for sure.
It's a comp game.
Yeah.
Oh,
PC game.
okay. Oh man, is it like that game? It's not Insomnia. Amnesia.
Not quite. No.
No, but it's
although
just
that
like-
is that Amnesia
like very
is,
like style wise.
No.
like how you play.
No, this is very modern day.
Yeah.
It's like you're a team of ghost hunters, and you have all of these tools at your disposal, from devices to hear certain sounds and frequencies, push thermometers,
yeah,
motion sensors, all sorts of
You use science
interesting stuff.
like they do in the real world. So it's a simulation game about ghost hunting. But it's fun because you get to interact with the ghosts, and they get to interact with you through a microphone. You can actually ask and like provoke the spirit. But in this case,
I provoke myself plenty times enough. I don't need some extra provoking to other people.
but you don't have to piss it off. So you can always play it straight.
I have a slight tendency to provoke a lot of people. So
Well,
maybe
it's easy. It's
maybe
easy there. Just gotta say the name. You're good. Just keep saying the name. John Johnson. John Johnson.
I think
John
that would
Johnson.
provoke
Yeah.
anyone.
And then that's how you die. So when you keep calling their name, they eventually get mad and they kill
Well,
you.
anyone would get mad if I kept calling your name,
Especially a ghost.
especially in my voice. Just like this ghost is trying to pass on to the next life.
Yeah.
And then there's
Let
this,
them rest.
there's this
Are you
like
sure? This is
East
something
Van
crazy.
ass bitch like John Johnson.
I mean, when you say it that way,
Yeah.
John
I can see.
Johnson.
yeah. I mean, they probably killed themselves because they heard that way too many times.
Just
Again?
And then they gotta hear it when they're already dead. Like, of course.
The ghost is trying to meditate and move on because they're so sick and tired, and they're like, John Johnson!
Just like,
Or they're literally trying to like haunt someone who probably killed them, and then there's this bitch comes out, John Johnson!
Yeah.
Are you here? Are you here?
Are you
Are
here?
you here?
Are you
Can you
here?
come out? Can I ask you? Can we
Show us a
talk?
sign.
John?
Yeah. Show
John
us a
Johnson?
sign.
Show us a sign.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my god, just let me move on.
I'm pretty sure it's not like, say my name. Yes, say it again.
In fact, they should flip the roles in a game mode called The Ghost Escapes, and it's just the 4 ghost hunters trying to harass the shit out of the ghost. And it's like,
You see, I would do really well in that game.
escape.
And you can be the ghost as a character.
Escape, right?
Yeah.
You know why?
Or you lose your sanity.
Yeah.
As a ghost, you
just-
lose your sanity again.
Okay, you see, I would
Yeah.
do really well in that game because I was that person like back when MSN was still a thing where you can like shake them, send them shakes.
Oh, yes. I hated that.
If that person didn't respond to me in like 3 minutes,
Yeah.
but they were holding a conversation with me and all of a sudden they disappear, I would just send shakes like every 5 minutes.
Whoa.
So
Wow.
you see,
Yeah.
I would pwn this game. I would beat the ass out
It's
of
not
this
that kind of game.
I mean,
It's not Neopets.
it's definitely not Neopets. Sorry.
Yeah, but imagine the ghost if I'm constantly there with my mic saying, John!
Think
John
about it.
Johnson!
You might die first.
You might die first, and then you can annoy them even more.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Fight him while you're...
You can fight ghost versus ghost.
No, I'll just be a ghost and I'll just constantly fall. Hey, John
John
Johnson.
John, you there?
John, you there? Can
John.
I follow you? What
John.
you doing? Hey,
What are you
Johnson.
doing, John?
Yeah, John.
Hey, Johnny.
John, what are you doing?
God, I would be so annoying as a ghost.
I would wish If I was that ghost, I would wish there was an afterlife after the afterlife, so I can kill myself again.
Then you'll be in paradise.
Then I'd be in paradise.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe, unless they follow suit. Then you got a real problem on your hands. Anyway, so that's the game Phasmophobia, which is supposed to be scary. It's on Steam.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it. Come play with us. Let's have a good time.
We'll post
Annoying ghosts.
later.
Yeah,
What?
we can have a good time annoying ghosts.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that'd be
We're
heaps of
just
fun.
throwing shit around at each other.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
get glow sticks, and we can have a rave too.
Oh, that sounds
You
lovely.
can have a rave party in the game.
Yeah.
And just chant John Johnson.
Yeah, I think
repeatedly.
if you
John,
annoy a
John,
ghost with a
John,
rave,
John,
they would
John.
definitely kill you. They would definitely kill you.
The nice thing about the game is the ghosts can move things around.
Yeah.
So like how in movies it's like, oh my god, I'm losing my battery power in my flashlight or something. They turn off lights. They throw shit around.
Yeah.
They grab you by the eyes and just snap your neck. Stuff like
Yeah.
that, right?
That's
General stuff like that.
just
Yeah.
normal, regular.
No normal ghost
stuff.
stuff. Yeah.
Paranormal shit.
Yeah.
Gouging people's eyes while you're just
Yeah.
trying to find the light.
Or poke you from the bottom of your bed. They also
Yes.
do that too.
That's
Well, not yet. That's in the next patch.
That's the next
Oh my
patch.
God.
Yeah.
You have to sleep at that.
Or
place.
they make lights flicker when you're leaving music halls. Yeah, that too.
We're still waiting for the poltergeist patch because what we don't see is ectoplasm. I was curious about that actually. The ectoplasm, like how come it's a poltergeist and there was no ectoplasm? There should be, right?
I mean, it only makes sense.
Yeah.
It only makes sense.
I mean, unless that's really just a hoax and people just like to put green shit on.
I mean, I can't wait until there's multiple ghosts.
Yeah.
The maps are massive.
Yeah.
And I feel like having multiple ghosts, it's 4 people. It's 4 versus 1. 4 versus 2, things start to really...
Yeah,
That should be a thing.
Oh, hey guys. So, by the way, we'd like to give a special shout out to our 4th podcaster that was supposed to join us today. His name is Bri. And he couldn't make it because he's feeling sick. So
Yeah, and we do not want to hang around sick people right now.
especially
during this time.
So Bri Bri's
Yeah.
actual name is LeBran Flakes,
yeah.
and we just call him LeBran for short.
Yeah.
Just because he's LeBran.
Yeah, just wanted to let you guys know. So maybe next time you'll hear his amazing voice on our...
Win all the hearts of every poor girl who decides to sit into this podcast and be like, oh my god, it's LeBran Flakes.
Shout out.
shout out to LeBran.
Yeah.
He's good for you. Promotes healthy bowel movements.
That's always a good thing.
Very, very fibrous.
You'd be surprised how much I talk about my shit.
He's a fibrous.
And for our
human
next
being.
episode,
Hey. How to shit like a grandpa.
yeah, it's
you
it's tablespoons and tablespoons of Metamucil is really what it is.
No, this is where I come in handy with like my naturopath kind
Oh
of
boy,
like
here we go.
work kind of background, and like the amount of health stuff that I go through.
It's Metamucil and honey on a spoon.
Honeycomb.
Honey is actually a laxative if you take enough of it.
I'm sure anything, if you take enough of it, becomes a laxative.
If you eat anything
lot of
too
things.
fibrous, or if you have too much lean protein.
Okay, yes,
Well, yeah.
that's true.
That
That's
causes
true.
Then you're
constipation.
gonna stuff your asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah.
But if like there was actual like recipe for a drink that helps if you have like really difficult bowel movements.
Yeah.
There's like an actual recipe where it's just like a couple tablespoons of honey and like some other stuff, and you just drink that like every day, and that's supposed to really help.
My favorite is salmonella. That's a good diuretic.
Yes.
Salmonella
Yeah.
is
It's also good at for losing weight. You end up
foolproof.
puking it all out, and it works well that way.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Anxiety also helps because
Anxiety,
when
that's
you
a
have
big one.
high
Yeah.
levels of anxiety, you just don't digest any, you just throw
Yeah.
up.
Or you just don't eat.
Or you just don't eat.
You just don't eat. It's good for watching how much you eat, your intake.
That's true.
Guys, it's 2020. We can't joke about mental health.
That's true. Now we need a mental health sponsor. to make up for that.
Although I, as one who experiences this on a regular basis, I can make fun of this all I want.
No, I just make fun of it.
Huh? It's just so much easier to make fun about
You
it.
have to.
Well, I think
You have
that's
to
kind
look
of
at
the
these
way
things.
to overcome it. Not
Yeah.
putting
Like-
it in a negative way.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a good way
I
of-
mean, putting a twist on it. Do you know what I mean?
no, it's not like we won't be bashing on
No.
any, but
I think
Yeah.
we can all agree that it's a serious topic.
yeah.
But
But if we confront it with like a lighthearted
Exactly,
attitude and,
exactly.
and an open mind, and we don't, the thing with talking about this is that some people treat it so taboo and they're so afraid of offending me that they're like, oh, I'm so sorry you're going through it. I'm like, nah, bruh, like I go in, I come out, like it's like I laugh about it. Like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
God. I was gonna say, like, I can literally repel ghosts because there's no stronger like paranormal activity than the non-existent love for myself.
Just watch out for the demons, because those are not ghosts. Those are demons.
yeah, those are demons. Yeah, don't mess with the demons.
What
They will like
would you
that.
do against a demon?
You run mostly.
Maybe salt.
Maybe some salt.
Crucifix, maybe a pope. Throw a pope at him, or a
Yeah.
bishop, or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could do that.
yeah. You can't really do much.
Yeah. Start praying, maybe.
Yeah, you can try to annoy it, although
It's funny, in that game they haven't introduced praying yet. 'Cause
yeah,
we're not gonna.
because it's all atheists. That's what it is.
Yeah, because it's science, right? Science.
Yeah.
Scientific. So.
Well, I don't know because you got a Ouija board in there.
Oh, that's made by scientists.
Oh, is it?
Wait, Hasbro, my bad. Or whatever that toy company
Right,
is.
toy scientists.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Engineers, my bad.
Toy engineers. That's right.
This is what real engineers do with their time. They design the best games.
Well,
The
That's
best haunted, the best speaking to the other side games.
Oh yeah.
Supposedly, it was made by a toy company.
Was it really?
It wasn't just made by like people.
Okay, but was it Hasbro though?
I don't know. If it's Hasbro. Supposedly, I don't know. We have to fact check that, guys. Keep looking over there. Is there something you see? Like a
Yeah.
figure?
I don't want to turn around. I actually really have to pee, but I'm too scared
Oh,
to stand up.
Oh, I mean, do you want to take them?
Now I feel exposed. Like I take off the blanket and now I'm like, oh, now they're gonna grab my hand with like one finger.
That's all right.
The washroom's so far away.
Okay, so random question, guys. I want to hear this in the comments wherever I'm posting this. But what would you guys do if you won the lottery right now?
Wait. Now,
Now.
right now. Yeah. What would you do? If I won the lottery, oh man. Well, actually, I ask this question to several of my friends all the time. I say, "What's the first thing you would do if you won the lottery?" And a lot of them they say stuff like, "Oh, I'd buy a car. I would buy a house." And I'm like, no. What is the actual first thing you would do? And I think for me, it's like, oh, I'd probably go to a gas station, get a full tank of gas. But I'd splurge. I'd get the highest octane, even if my car didn't need it,
97.
because I've won the lottery, right? That's what I would do.
97 in Canada.
I already
Yeah.
struggle with that because
Well-
I already pay 94.
Right.
Where can you get 97 in Canada? I'm curious. There has to be a place you can get.
I'm sure you could just go to a Chevron and then just get octane booster. That's probably not what you should do, but
it's close enough. I
it's
guess.
close enough. But that's how I would splurge. That's the first thing I'd spend my money on.
It's not bad.
And whatever I do after that is, well, I don't know yet. What would you guys do?
Fair enough.
I would put it into my high interest.
That's the
savings
first
account.
thing you do? Are you telling me? So you won the lottery, you wouldn't be like, oh, I'm going to eat this really nice meal. No, it's...
No. You put it in that high interest, so you build
my
that high
God.
interest. If you can, I'm kind of cheap, so
Okay,
if I can
okay.
milk every extra cent out of the lottery, I'll still milk it.
I mean, it's tax-free.
That's the beauty of it.
That is the beauty of it. Yeah.
If you
Well, I mean, for all of those Americans watching in Canada, if you win the lottery, it's tax-free,
yeah,
which is great.
and we
if
get
you
up
win.
to we get up to what 70 here in Max Millions. It's called Max Millions, by the way, and I think the max is like 70.
Although, you know, the interesting though is in the US the grand prize is significantly higher. Like with Powerball, yeah, it's crazy how much more money you can win.
It's quite a bit, yeah.
When you get taxed, I don't know how much you get to keep. I don't know what the tax rate is, but
Still a
yeah,
lot of money.
it's still a lot of
Still a lot
money.
freaking money.
Yeah.
I don't know. I some people This is like not talking about tax or whatever, but this is like what you would do with your.
Yeah, what would you do with it? So
You know, when people say, "Oh, I want to get like a really big house and then go travel and stuff like that," it's just like, why would you want to spend all of that now? I would just get like a nice, you know, townhouse. It's not too bougie. Like maybe something that's maybe $650K.
Yeah.
Like a nice 2-bedroom.
Okay.
2-bedroom, right?
A 2-bedroom.
And then just buy it. If you really like it, just buy it, and then you can just save it, and you can have it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then just get whatever like necessities you need for now, and just save the rest. And then when you actually settle down and you have everything already paid off, then you can use the money because you're still working and you still like you're slowly adding on to it instead of just like dropping all your shit and just going. Like, why would you spend all that now and like
that interest?
You know?
Yeah, that interest.
Also, what I actually really want this really bougie like filing case.
There you go.
So that's where you'd spend the money. I mean, the house would be like, it's just a house.
No. I'll get the house first. Like, I'm okay with
house.
I'm okay with my case right now, but I really want to get like those really good like carbon fiber cases, and then I want those like weatherproof like puffer cases that go outside of the case, so it protects against like extra humidity or really dry weather or the cold, because that shit fucks up my violin like really easy.
Oh, this is for your viola, right?
Yeah.
I hate you.
Don't worry, guys. It's gonna have retinal scan, handprint, and bio DNA.
Yeah.
Jeez.
By the way. That's pretty cool.
Wow.
Soundproof too, right?
Yeah,
No
because the carbon fiber cases, they're not cheap.
No.
Like a really good one can go
super lightweight, you know.
And you can drop it down a cliff and it's.
I mean, you probably shouldn't do that. It's generally not recommended. Yeah.
No. But like even like the cheap ones, like a really good quality one could be
You
700, 800.
Yeah.
Shell with that? Tank shell? No.
No.
Tank shell? A tank? Firing a tank?
Oh.
I don't think you'd survive that.
I don't think anyone would survive that.
Yeah. But the case might.
Okay.
But the case might. Yeah, the case will save you.
Vibration.
I really think they should make a case, like Nokia should make a case. For instance.
Yeah. You would drop it on the ground and cause like a
dent.
Like
a truck will run over it and get a flat tire.
magnitude earthquake.
It's nothing, right?
Yeah.
What's 7?
Yeah. 7.
Lame.
Those are amateur numbers.
Weak.
Look at my violin case. 7. What is that?
Cool.
Yeah. What would you spend the lottery winnings on?
Okay, so wake up in the morning.
Okay, so let's put it this way. Yeah. You go to the grocery, wherever you buy your lottery ticket from, you get it checked. And it goes, ding ding ding, you won the lottery.
Yeah.
What do you do at that point? Do you take the ticket and run?
Yeah.
In fear that someone's going to come after you? Do you immediately buy something? What's your thought process here?
My thought process would be drive as legally as possible to the lotto center.
Okay.
So that it would not be suspicious to really anybody.
I feel like as you're driving, you'd constantly be looking at your rearview mirror to see if someone was following you.
Well, yeah, I'd probably think like there's fucking FBI.
Yeah, FBI. Yeah.
In Canada, right?
Yeah.
But like,
you know what you do?
That's probably what I do.
You give a big sigh of disappointment and you roll your eyes. Just disappointment, and people won't know that you got
like
it.
What? Oh, it's only 50 million.
No, it's.
Oh my god! How am I supposed to buy my carbon fiber violin case for 50 million?
Okay. It's the same thing as like you see people like on the sidewalk like looking to talk to you to sign up for like one of their contact lists or whatever.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You take out your phone and you like look really concerned.
Yeah.
And you start typing something like you're replying a really important email, and then they won't talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if the people don't know that it's you that got it, like they know somebody has it, but you look at it and you kind of like furrow your eyebrows. You're like
so
oh,
you
whatever.
just you resume your resting bitch face.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. First thing I do though probably is like you said, go there unnoticed, and I tell them not to do not publicize my face. Because I know they do require you to.
Because they do at a certain extent, yeah.
They have to have your name at least.
Yeah.
And you can they have to take at least one part of your name.
Uh-huh.
And you can abbreviate one.
Okay.
So if you
Thank
want
God
the
you have a
most-
generic ass name.
I know exactly. Who the John Lee? I mean Val.
Exposed.
Who's John Lee though? Anyways, so yeah.
L-I-L-E-L-E-E-L-Y.
Who?
Which one?
I don't know. We will never know.
LHEE. Maybe.
Bleach.
L-A-H-E-E.
LHEE.
Or LHEA.
Leahy.
Lee.
Leahy. That reminds me. I knew someone. Oh my god, if he hears this, I'm so sorry, but his name was Lee Hee Hee.
Lee Hee Hee. How do you spell that?
On Facebook.
I think we need to figure this out.
And I like couldn't say his name without like
Did you say it like that too?
Lee Hee
But you're
Hee.
like laughing, right? So,
Yeah. Lee Hee Hee. How would you? Yeah.
It was unfortunate.
Yeah.
It was a very unfortunate name.
Wow.
Did you date this guy?
I'm sorry?
Did you date him?
No.
Was he your teacher?
No. I think he was a classmate or something of that sort.
Oh, and then I'd invest everything and just take the interest. Lol.
You
What?
invest everything and just take the interest.
I mean, like, I put in a
High interest
like
savings
interest,
account.
yeah. Maybe,
Yeah.
Mama taught me well.
Put
Everything into a high interest savings.
Yeah. Shout out Wealth Simple. Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, Wealth Simple.
We're not endorsed yet, so
No, but
Just
you know,
let us
please
know.
sponsor us with.
we'll put up the info.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's our first podcast, but hey.
You know, our first podcast should just be us trying to reach for sponsors.
Yeah,
For every sponsor
single-
we can think of.
We can plug everything.
If we can, if the entire podcast is just one long ad, one continuous ad, that would be perfect.
We could do that. That could be a good way to do it.
Yeah, just one long ad.
But that'll be like the extra episodes that all we do is that.
It's just one long
Just
ad.
make fun of it all day.
It's
So
the the money making ad.
Yes.
It's the money making episode.
But we have to make sure we can make fun of the product.
Yeah.
So that they
Well, to a
see
certain
us.
extent.
Well, yeah. You don't wanna.
Yeah.
You wanna make them look good, I guess.
Yeah. Fair enough. There's only so much parody ads you can make
Before it gets out of hand.
before it gets out of hand. Yeah.
I think I need more coffee.
Yeah. I'm getting close to finishing my coffee.
Yeah. Actually, how long are we? I think we're at an hour. We're close.
We are definitely probably at an hour, if not over an hour.
Okay.
How do you want to end this?
Well, we can end it just soon. I mean, any way we want, really.
And that's the end. Goodbye.
Hey, you guys want to hear another story?
Oh wait, we didn't talk about
Oh,
the DacK ConFiT.
yes.
Yes. What is DacK ConFiT?
Yes. What is DacK ConFiT?
Oh, you guys are
Becky's
like all
gonna
looking
let
at me.
us
So
What?
so DacK ConFiT is it's a, I'm totally memorizing this from Wiki, but it's a French dish. You know, as you can probably tell by confit.
It's duck.
Yes, it's duck.
Obviously.
It's usually made with the whole duck, and it's essentially salt cured, and then because the salt curing will help to preserve it a
Preserve
lot
it,
longer, even after you slow roast it. And then it's salt cured, and then it's roasted at a pretty low temperature with all the fat, and then some other seasonings you'd like, and then you can actually store it after it's been roasted until it's like really tender, kind of like pulled pork, but not really pulled pork.
Okay.
And so it has kind of like that cured texture. It's not completely soft and shredded like, again, pulled pork. And then you can can it, you can store it for a really long time, but if you skip the salt process, the salt and curing process, then you actually can't keep it for as long, obviously.
Oh yeah.
And then confit, you can either serve it, roasted with like other things, most commonly like potatoes or
Salad.
root veggies,
Yeah.
like carrots and stuff like that.
Looks pretty.
Or like the other day I had a DacK ConFiT eggs benny that was really good. You just want to make sure that like anything confit or anything shredded, like pulled pork, pulled wild boar, anything like that, you want to make sure there's enough moisture in it. Like it could be a sauce, it could be like fattiness, because otherwise it's just like eating floss,
Well, yeah.
like
Yeah.
dry.
Well, because you're cooking at a really low temperature.
yeah,
confit
but like
something.
moisturize it, you
Yeah.
know?
Butter's a good.
Add a little bit of butter, a little bit of sauce, a little bit of glaze, a little bit extra fat. You want to make sure there's enough fat, because if like wild boar is lean,
Yeah.
duck is okay because duck is fatty enough.
Yeah.
That's true.
Imagine like doing a turkey confit. Can you imagine how dry that would be?
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
be sure.
According to LeBran Flakes, we had a very lovely discussion that he tried to convince me that I made a turkey for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just like, turkey's a dry meat. And I'm like, yeah, but my turkey wasn't dry. He was just like, no, I'm saying turkey in general is a very dry meat. And
It's
so-
very lean, obviously.
Yeah, it's lean. And if you
Yeah.
make it correctly, then no, it's not necessarily a dry meat. But that was like a weird debate, like discussion that turns out like, yeah, we're on the same page. It's very easy to make dry. But like duck is not a lean meat. It's fatty. It's like super meaty.
It's rich,
It's
for sure.
It's like a little gamey, but not really gamey. So if you roast it, oh god, pan-seared duck breast,
It's delicious.
amazing. Like pan-seared duck breast with like a grape sauce or like a raisin sauce, amazing.
What
Fucking
about
amazing.
some honey?
Oh shit! If you
Yeah.
do, like a honey glaze.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. With duck.
With duck.
Oh, I think it'll be okay, actually.
Yeah, I think that'd be
But
delicious.
it's like the Asian, like, there's some sweetness to it, right? Like duck when you make Chinese style barbecue.
It depends on the marinade. I think. Well,
It's
no,
true, yeah.
because if you marinate it in honey, it would burn too easily. So maybe
It would caramelize, wouldn't it?
maybe just in the raisin sauce, maybe the grape sauce.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
Yeah, because duck itself is already going to be very flavorful.
What about goose? Geese.
I've never had.
Have you
I
had
don't think I've
geese?
ever had geese.
No. I'm not really one for adventuring into different types
I
of.
feel bad. I don't want to see one die.
I mean,
They're so cool. The little-
well, yeah, because you see them all
Yeah.
around us, right?
Yeah,
They're
shitting
they're
everywhere.
everywhere. They're almost annoying
Yeah.
when they
almost.
block traffic.
Did you know Mark is real? Sorry, my brother is very particular about stepping on geese shit.
Why is that?
Doesn't want to step on it.
Like he just doesn't want it on his
Yeah,
shoes.
just one on his shoes.
Oh,
I think
okay.
that's anyone.
I mean, I think that's
I
like-
don't want goose poop on my shoes.
But that's like with
They're
anything.
nice, but it's just like, you know, his like he wears them every day kind of shoes.
Okay.
So I was like surprised. I was like, oh, okay.
No.
I'll
No,
just-
even like my dirty ass Nikes. Like I don't want to get goose poop on there. It
guess so.
smells.
Yeah.
Well, just any poop, for
I
that
guess
matter.
I just don't
Yeah.
care.
I don't like stepping
Yeah,
on poop
yeah.
for any animal
Goose poop,
or
duck
any
poop,
human
dog
for that
poop,
matter.
human.
Yeah.
Human poop.
Yeah, I don't like stepping on
Child.
human poop. Yeah, it's
Oh
just
man, child's poop is like fuck that, man.
yeah.
It gets pretty
Do
bad.
not recommend.
Yeah.
I had this like lady come into work. I was totally vibing with her. She's like, you know, she's a little older than me, and she probably is at that age where a lot of people would be like, oh, how come you're not married yet? How come you don't want kids? But she just straight up looked at her friends. She was just like, kids are disgusting. Like, they're literally bags of germs. I have friends who have kids, and I haven't seen them.
Wait, she just went up to you and said that?
No, like, her friend was in the store with us.
Oh.
And then we were talking about, you know, COVID, and she's just like, kids are probably the number one transmitter of COVID. Like, they cough.
Kids
like,
are COVID. You heard it here first. Becky says kids are
Get your
COVID.
facts straight, guys.
Get your facts straight.
It's
Okay.
just, they're just so germy. Even without COVID, you know? It's amazing, like, kids have such great immune systems because they're literally ingesting germs, like, all the time. You know, they wipe off their shoes, they pick their nose, and then they eat whatever comes out of their nose, and then they forget to wash their hands, or they don't wash their hands properly.
Then they get sick.
You
then
can
you get
see,
sick.
You can
Yeah.
see the same dirt that they had under their nails like 3 days ago.
Yep.
They did not play in the dirt yesterday or the day before. And why do they have dirt on their nails? Because they don't clean their hands. They don't wash their hands.
That's right.
You know? And they like scratch body parts and then they like rub their eyes. You're like, honey, pink eye right there.
Oh, yeah.
And then they like try and kiss you. I'm like, nah.
Nah, get away from me.
Don't like what I said to my coworker the other day. Like this little girl came in with her dad and she was trying to be all like grown up and stuff. And like I teach kids. I teach kids. I adore them. I get along great with my kids, but just like the ones who come in with this attitude, like they know everything. I'm like, bitch, you're 11.
Wait, you call your kids bitch?
No. In my head. It was
Oh, in your head. Okay.
It was a
okay.
random customer who came in,
Okay,
and I'm just
okay.
like, bitch, you're 11. Don't talk to me.
Don't. Whoa. Don't talk to me.
Just don't talk to me, okay? Let me talk to your dad. Your dad is more on my level right now. And it's just things like that, you know? But it's just, if they're my students, then I adore them and I treat them like they would be my own kids if I ever have kids, you know?
Yeah.
But like anyone else that I don't have a formal relationship with, it's like, ugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do we get to this from DacK ConFiT?
Well, how did we get the DacK ConFiT? Why did we name this DacK ConFiT? I think that's the question to be asking here.
Well, I think Becky.
What the fuck?
She kind of touched on it. So you're having.
I was having a pretty good DacK ConFiT eggs benny.
Yeah.
And we were
Yes.
talking about this over brunch.
Yeah.
And I got it. And then me and LeBran, we both got DacK ConFiT. And then we were just like, oh, and it's pretty good, but we wish we had a little bit more DacK ConFiT. And then they were like, oh. And then maybe we can have a podcast which leaves people wanting a little bit more.
Right.
Like more DacK ConFiT in this eggs benny.
Yeah.
You know?
We preserve
So-
the podcast.
Yeah,
And we
just
cook
give
it
them a little bit of
slowly.
ConFiT, but not enough ConFiT
Yeah.
for them to be fully satisfied.
Yes.
So it's just
That's what we're going to do.
DacK ConFiT.
Also, I had a thought. You were saying certain animals are leaner. So, for example, if you had somebody like Simon, so a friend of mine is named
Right.
Simon, he's very lean. So if you're to cook him, you gotta cook him right.
Yeah.
You gotta have. But if you're somebody like me, a little more chunky, you don't need any butter.
Well, see, if you were
So
someone
there.
like me and you threw
Right.
me into a frying pan,
Yeah.
you'd start a house fire with all the fat.
You just go everywhere.
No.
You would just go everywhere. It would just
No.
explode.
Shit.
It's
You
like
would-
throwing water into a deep fryer. That's exactly what it's like.
We are having
Sweetie,
deep fried
sweetie.
chocolate bars
Yeah.
after this.
Throwing you would have to be careful. We have to throw you in a cold pan.
Yes.
Render
Me out.
Render out.
Render me out. Yeah.
And then with like the fat that we don't render out, you get like that really nice golden crust, like
Yes.
on bacon. When you
Yep.
get bacon out of the pan, that golden crust.
Yeah, I like to sizzle.
Yeah.
That's
You are the sizzle with
I
a bit
sizzle.
of crunch on the edge.
Yep.
Oh, it's the best part.
I sear really well too.
And then
Actually, that sear on my skin works
You're Wagyu.
great. I'm Wagyu.
but evenly
I'm
distributed
Wagyu.
fluff.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yep.
John would be good, like beef stew beef.
Probably.
You'd be
Yeah.
good hot pot meat.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I just
so
had-
he
Yeah.
loves hot pot. I think that's worth mentioning. So
Hot
all you
pot
hot
all
pot
day, all
restaurants,
night.
shout out, sponsor us.
I boiled.
Yeah.
You got me.
Sponsor us, yeah, please. Any sponsors? We're
Little,
desperate.
Of course you
Yeah.
Little Mongolian sheep.
yeah.
did. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
What's that place in Richmond?
which one?
All the places
the
in
one-
Richmond that
the
do
one
hot
in
pot.
Aberdeen.
That's the I boiled.
That is
Yeah.
yeah.
I boil.
Yeah.
Yeah, what would I be? I've got nothing. I'm literally stock for chicken soup.
Yeah, you would just be
I'm
the
chicken
bones
broth.
to
Yeah,
create
chicken
the
broth, yeah.
stock. Yeah.
Yeah, all bone, but also all flavor.
Fair
There's
enough.
definitely flavor in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You just gotta sprinkle a little MSG.
I'm the leftovers that you use
Yeah.
to make really good broth. All that bone marrow. Actually, I don't even know if I have
Bone
that.
marrow.
I don't even have enough bone to have bone marrow. Look, the size of my
Yum.
wrist is like nothing. You can use it as a straw to drink your bubble tea with. It would be the perfect size to drink bubble tea.
So
out
it's
of.
Are
hollow.
they hollow?
It is literally hollow.
So wait, there's not much flavor in
It's
there.
not even.
Wait a minute.
So wait, you're
What are you
just
trying to say here?
straws? Is that
I
what
don't
you're
even
saying?
have flavor.
No, it's not the way. It's
I'm
supposed to be.
literally just the bones they use when they like try and figure out omens for like towns and stuff like that, where they throw
It's so
bones on the
sad.
map.
That's it. That's all. That's all it is.
So on that note, guys,
I
thanks
would
for
just be
joining
bad
us.
omen.
Thanks for joining our first podcast. We look to making many, many, many more.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be good.
And welcome to DacK ConFiT Season 1.
Hey.
Hey! Bye.